This has turned into a nightmare. Oh no.
And then I found out that I was sick and I had cancer.
This is not going to spray a bad render through it. To be honest with you, mate, I just don't want to let him down, but I am stuck. I don't know what to do. The boys have found the Viper. We're here in the south of France. We've come to do a job for a fella called James, and he's moved out here and built a mega house in the middle of nowhere. It's like a secret house. Come and look at this. This is Ferris's dog as well. Ferris, come on, boy. Come on. There's Ferris. He knows he's home. Look at that. All this insulation all needs rendering with a thin coat render. So we brought the machine out, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to render all this and then spray the top coat on. I mean, look at this for the view though, in the clearing. Can you see these little houses up here? There's like little villages up in the hills, and then that way, you can't see it right now, but when them clouds lift out the valley, you can see mountains with snow on the tops, and it's all like snow-capped mountains. I mean, this is like a little paradise, isn't it? This is the back of the house. This is James, the owner.
Hello.
James, the mastermind behind all this. So we're going to start basically rendering it the easy bit, because this side obviously is built into the hill. So this is the easiest bit to start at. And then when we get round to the front, where it's like the second story, we'll be putting the scaffolding up. Okay, the ends of all these insulation panels are all on one side. So I'm going to use the bigger piece of mesh to cover it. We're going to reinforce the stress points around the corners of the windows. This stuff is like a little roll of mesh that has come in handy because it's been sort of cut down to this size, and it's great for getting in between all these eaves rather than Reese having to cut like little, like the top of a castle on the top of each bit of mesh. We just cut them to the right length. In fact, before we played a little joke on you, didn't we, Reese? Come, I marked it out on here. Yeah, come here. I marked it out on this. So all he had to do was pull that to there and hold it there and cut it where the tape is. The same as how I've done this one here, right? So he's cutting them all and every one's too big. I'm like, Reese, what are you doing? I come over here and checked and he'd done it exactly right. I put the tape in the wrong place. So when he wasn't looking, I put another bit of tape on and moved it up here a little bit so it was the right size. And I was saying to him, look, you've cut them all the wrong size. I'm sorry, I thought I'd done it right. I'm sure I was doing it right. We've admitted it to him now though, so he knows. Didn't find it very funny, did you, Reese? No. So now, what I'm going to do now is, the insulation hasn't been cut perfect, so I've sighted that top bead in level with the top of the window where I want it. And now for the next window, I'm going to put the laser level across and we're going to laser them in. So just the sill and the window head, just so that when you're looking, you know, it looks spot on. We'll do that on all the windows right round. If they're on the same wall, we'll laser them so that they're exactly the same height. I know you guys are going to want to know what's driven this guy to come all the way out to build a place like this.
Back in 2009, we had a deli, just had our second child, Jennifer, and it was just going really well. And then within the space of about 6 months, we had the economic downturn, 2010, where we just had to say sorry and close the doors and walk away from it. The stress and worrying and everything had made me get quite ill, and I discovered I had cancer.
Wow.
And all I would think about was, if I ever get better, I just want to build something for the future, for my family. But the problem was I didn't know how long I had, if it was going to come back.
Yeah.
How was I going to support the family? You know, I've got young kids, I've got an amazing wife. I've let them down because I've got sick, and if I am going to die, or if I'm going to get ill again, I just want to have a really good 6 months with the kids and just show them that there's a great big world out there. So I just had this idea that I wanted to build each of the kids a house. I thought, if anything happens to me, I want them to be able to rent the house out if they want to go to university, to pay the fees, and then for each of them to have somewhere to live. We saved up a little nest egg, drove to France, and it just felt like the right place to be. Started looking for a building plot. We had to apply for planning permission. You know, it's the first time either of us had done a from foundations build. We hired a project manager. He basically disappeared with our money. So we were kind of left in the lurch with a half-finished project, and we didn't know what to do at that point. We had a budget to build a house, which was going to be for myself and my wife. We just had to stop building our house.
Because he stole your money, basically.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
2 years ago, we thought, right, okay, we've got enough money to build this part for the kids, so we need to draw a line, and we have to do everything ourselves. We can't get an electrician, we can't get a plumber, we can't get a roofer. But what I did have was my son, and he's been absolutely amazing. He's learned basically how to build a house from scratch, and here it is. It's
amazing as well.
We started looking online at YouTube videos and things to see if we could possibly do it ourselves. Then we came across a couple of your videos, and it was just going to contact you and ask you for advice about what we should do. And I just thought, why don't I just be really cheeky and say, is there any way that you'd consider coming out and doing this project for us? Because we're just completely stumped. You said, right, let me know when you're coming.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Caught me sitting down on the job. Oh, trying to render below the level of your feet is a nightmare. We've got this zinc plate. We've got this zinc plate that goes around the bottom. There's like stonework underneath this, and that's going to stay there for the water to run off. So we've just taped it up with tape and drape. Yeah. Pain in the ass. Nice, mate. Bon appetit. Yeah, this isn't the thin coat render.
So is that not gonna what?
Oh no. Have to speak to your dad.
Yeah.
This is not going to spray a bagged render through it. Because the whole reason we drove here was to bring this. This has turned into a nightmare. The stuff that they've sent out is a bagged render, and it won't go through my machine, or at least I don't think it will. The machine I've brought to spray the top coat is for thin coat render, which is what we were down to come and do. And basically, the fella has organised, James has organised all the stuff to come out here in France. He's been speaking to a rep, and we were down for thin coat render. Now, somewhere between us organising the job and me getting here, the rep has talked him into using this product instead, and he's told him that you can spray it, which you can, but it's not a thin coat render system, and it can't be sprayed by my machine. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to make a few phone calls and see what we can sort out. Yeah, it's not looking good though. This might be going completely wrong. Not so much worried about it being a waste of a trip, it's more just letting James down. So we've got all that done. We've just got a little bit to do up the top of there. We've got up there to do, we've just got to set a scaffolding up on this balcony. All that's done. And that, so we can put another coat on this and rub it up smooth. And then that's pretty much all we can do, unless we can source another machine. We got so close.
Hello, PFT Northwest.
Mel, it's Kirk Johnson. You okay, mate?
Kurt?
Yeah, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? You alright, pal?
Yeah, sorry to bother you, Mel. Mel, I'll be quick because I'm in France, mate. I don't want it to cost you a fortune on your phone. Mel, do you remember I told you about that little machine that I had?
Yes.
Remember, what do you reckon the chances are, mate, of me being able to put a bagged render through that?
What, bag like monitors render or?
Yeah, well, it's PRB.
I'd say no, Kirk. It's not really built for that product, really. It's built for more for thin coats and stuff.
I've got a little bit of a situation, right? We're on a job in the middle of nowhere. We've got all the stuff sorted. We've got here and it's changed. And now we've got a bagged render instead to put the top coat. We could scrape it, but I haven't got enough men and I haven't got the right beads and we can't get them. He basically wants like a textured finish. If I was to get another machine, Mel, would I be able to get one here in France? Something like one that would put a bag through it.
You'd be able to get one. I don't know about Thailand. I don't know who I is them. There's a couple of PFT dealers in France. But you struggle, mate, because you want training on it and everything, because if you're not using it for the first time, you probably want somebody there with you. If you're actually doing a job with it or a full day's training on it properly, you know what I mean? I think that's where you might struggle with it. But, you know, some lads are different. Some lads takes it like a duck to water, so I don't know. I can't really say that.
Oh.
Go on.
All right, mate. No, I don't want to take up your time, mate. No worries. I just, just looking for options, but here's what it is. Flipping heck. All right, mate.
Listen, Kirk, I'm a little bit... Listen, I'm a little bit busy at the minute. Let me call you back in about an hour. I've just got some updates. And as soon as I'm done, I will call you back, I promise you.
All right, man. Okay. Yeah, cheers, mate. Appreciate you. Take care, mate. Ta-ra. It's not looking good, is it? You okay for this? Good boy. All right, Mel.
How you doing, pal? You all right?
I've had better days.
Right, I've tried getting in contact with a few people who I know, a few lads in it's only one of a fucking trek there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. I'll tell you what, send me the address, send me details, I'll put a couple of machines in the van and I'll bring them over. I shall spray the job you where I can. If I have to leave you, I'll train you with this other machine, leave you with it, and then you can crack on if I have to come home. Like that.
Mate, you're a fucking legend. All right, mate. I wasn't expecting that. You're a diamond, mate. I appreciate you.
If I say I'm coming now, I'm coming. So send me the details. Make sure you send me everything so I can have a look at everything and all that and all sorts of it. Obviously, you'll have to sort something out with expenses on.
Mel, don't worry about money. The money. I'm out here making a video, mate. I'll make sure you see, mate. You're a flipping diamond, mate. You, mate.
I'll ring you later on and check what you need and send me some couple of photos as well so I know what to bring. Yeah?
Thank you, mate. Thank you very much.
Pal. No problem. See you later, mate. Thank you.
Ta-ra, mate. Ta-ra. What a guy. Right, come on, so tell James the good news. Over the weekend, whilst Mel was on his way, we got as much prepared as possible, but then we had a little surprise. The boys have found the Viper. Where is it? Oh shit, yeah. Can you see it, Reese?
Yeah.
Put it in there. Where's its head?
It's right underneath it. Did you get down?
I wasn't getting any closer than that. How are you, Mel?
Okay, see you.
Was that a good drive? Was that a good drive? This is Ferris. He doesn't bite. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Flipping spot on. You're a gentleman. Top man. What a flipping drive that is, eh?
It's a good drive, that's a very nice drive.
You're looking tan, mate.
Keep going on holiday.
Yeah, welcome to France. This is James.
Nice to meet you, James. All right, Reece? Right. Nice to meet you, mate.
Look at that. That's a bit of a beast, isn't it? Is that bigger?
Yes. It's got a bigger rotary station, so it comes 20.5 litres a minute, that one, Kurt.
We're all in the self-hit gang today. There's more work in taping up than what there is in spraying, so I'm going to get everything taped up nicely so there's no cleaning down. What's the plan? We're gonna spray a coat on and
yeah. Well, there's no
we're
scaffold up there, so we're going to get started on that side there to where we can reach.
Yeah.
These guys are going to come and put the scaffold up whilst we're doing this side, because you need like a base coat on this before you can rough cast it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that stuff's going to be the base coat
Yeah, and the top coat.
and the top coat.
Yeah.
So we're going to put that on
Yeah.
and smooth it off.
Just treble it off best you can, nice and flat. Take all the lines off it, nice and clean, all the snots.
Yeah.
And then spray over the top.
So whilst you're spraying it on, that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll try my best.
That's fine.
What have I got to use?
I've heard you were good. I've heard you were good.
It's lies. It's all lies. What am I using to flatten it off now? Trowel?
Treble spatulas, straight edges, anything.
You can literally just flatten it with a speed skin?
Yeah.
Anything?
Well, you could do, yeah, just as long as you get all them lines and it's nice and even.
Right, okay.
And then we hit it just in time so it's still soft enough to take the top coat of it, so it just leaves a nice even finish on it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going back to being an apprentice again, basically, so...
I don't,
Yeah, it will.
I don't shout you on that, Calvin. Do I shout?
I'm only messing, he never did that. My old fella, flipping heck, if you got something wrong, you're in trouble, so... Yeah, I'll try my best, Mel. I'll try and keep up
I
with
used to
you.
work with my dad as well, Kirk.
You said that there was a bag a minute,
Yeah.
so I've got to basically go like the flipping clappers when I'm ruling this off to keep up with you.
If you crack on with it when I've got a couple of metres on it, it's all right.
All right, okay. Okay, right, let's get started then. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've never been interested in machine plastering, but after seeing Mel use this machine, there is no way I could keep up hand applying. That thing just takes plastering to the next level. Once the machine had sprayed it on, it was my job to use a notched spatula to get a nice even thickness. Once I'd done that, we smoothed it out with other spatulas and I used my trowel. So that's basically the base coat on, sprayed on, ruled off with a notched spatula and then flattened in, and that's the background. Mel's now going to put the nice top coat on. There we go. Finished a little bit late last night. Mel and Kelvin worked like absolute soldiers. Got it done. Just taking the tapes off this morning. Now look. He uses a spatula and puts it against. There's windowsills going on here, but he uses a spatula like that. And then he can clean all the window frames down with a bit of WD-40 on a brush. And not get WD all over the reveal. In fact, Kelvin had so many little tricks when it comes to cleaning and taping up. The guy was a font of knowledge, and to go with it, he was a hell of a nice bloke as well. These windowsills now, once we're finished, you hook underneath the slab underneath, and you hook in under there. But they'll all be getting fitted once we're done and dusted and finished. What you can see now, right, is me actually editing the video that you're watching. I've been doing, because I've got loads of free time of an evening and first thing in the morning, I've been putting this video together. Now, I've been running everything off this, the VTOMAN 1500 flash speed. This thing is the best bit of kit. The laptop's running off it, it's charging that up. We're charging Reese's phone off it. Before we come to France, we went away in a camper van and we didn't have an electric hookup. So we had the kettle running off it and the girls' hair dryers. Now you can charge this up off the mains and it goes in here and it'll run for a couple of days. But if you're caught short and you go camping, look at that. You can also buy a big solar panel that comes with it. It takes a little bit longer to charge, but you're basically off grid with that thing. What a great little bit of kit. Now, if you want one of these, I'm going to put the link for that in the description of this video. So just click down in the description. You'll have to find a link to get yourself one of these. If you're going to go camping or off grid, that is invaluable. We spent hours taping up. And it took us approximately 30 minutes to spray one wall. Look at that. Do I look like I know what I'm doing? I haven't got a flipping clue. To be fair, Mel's been teaching me how to do this, and I don't mind practicing on the base coat, basically the back coat, but I'm not having a go on the texture. What I said is, what we'll do is, once we finish this job and we're not on a customer's house, I'm going to go up and see him at his place, at his training centre, and he's going to teach me properly how to use these machines. This is a whole different world of plastering using these. Now I can really see why fellas get into machine plastering. I mean, you can spray a whole house in one day. We couldn't, because we had to keep moving scaffolding, which was an absolute nightmare, but we got there in the end. It only took us 3 days. It was really important that we got every line out of it. Any line that you leave in this base coat shows through the textured top coat. Guys, I've never known anyone that works harder than this man. He's like a bloody machine. And once the machine sprays the textured top coat, that's what it looks like. The customer was absolutely made up. It was exactly what he wanted. We just got it finished in time before the rain started. Come and look at this. Some of these places in here were an absolute nightmare to get to. Come on, I'll show you the rest of the building. There's 3 of these balconies that we had to set scaffolding up to get right up to the top up there. Come on. We're gonna watch where to stand, because this is where we found that snake. And this was the last bit that we finished yesterday, so you can see it's still drying out. Some of these walls were an absolute nightmare to get to. Now, to date, as of the release of this video, I've got some great news for you. James's cancer is in remission. The guy feels great, he's happy, and he's in good health. Now also, just to let you know, we are here in the middle of the Pyrenees Mountains, where they do mountain biking, they do skiing, paragliding, hiking, and just walking or relaxing, whatever you want to do. The place that we've just finished rendering, that is going to be let out as 2 chalets. You can book this place and come and stay with your family. If you'd like to find out more, there's a link in the description and you can come and rent these off James and come and experience the place for yourself. That's the first thing. The second thing, if you're a plasterer watching this video and you can see the benefits of using one of those render machines, how fast it is. I mean, the things basically pay for themselves. There's a link to Mel's website in the description. Mel is a PFT dealer. The machine that you see him working is basically what he sells. Now, there's 7 dealers throughout the UK. Mel is one of them, and he can put you in touch with any of the other guys as well. All of them are time-served renderers. So not only do they sell the machines, but they know how to operate them as well. Guys, I just want to finally say thank you to you guys. We wouldn't be able to get out here, me and Reese, to do these sort of jobs if it wasn't for you guys. It's only because you watch these videos that it makes it possible for us to come and do this sort of stuff. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It wouldn't be possible without you. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. That's a wrap, Reese. Let's go home. I miss me kids.